Hi, Dara here from HiveAlive, the world's #1 bee feed supplement. I promised some insight into my beekeeping, and today's first insight really is to an accessory that I couldn't do without in beekeeping. I don't understand how other beekeepers have managed to keep bees without it. This is invaluable, it goes with me everywhere I go, and it's as simple as this: a tool belt. I find I put stuff in the pockets, it just falls out, it gets lost. I spend half an hour rumbling through the pockets. I take my suit off in the day, the stuff falls out. Or inevitably left something back in the van. So what I use this tool belt, it carries everything I need when I'm going out beekeeping. I have it there, and it's also very quickly to pull out because I know exactly where it is, and it has a pocket for each thing. So the first most important thing that I have is a hive tool. I like this J-style hive tool, super handy, and I've marked it with queen marking pen because when you drop in the grass, it just stands a bit better when you paint it a bit, because it's very easy to lose hive tools, as I'm sure everybody knows. Second thing is this super handy guy, which is my smoker lighter. Instead of like using an ordinary cigarette lighter or matches which always blow out in the wind, I use this guy. It's a little flamethrower. You probably can't see the flame, maybe you can hear it, but it's a little flamethrower, lights paper, whatever you're starting the smoker with straight away, doesn't go out in the wind, always lights first time, no messing around, it's the job. Next thing I have here is my queen marking cage. Very simple little thing. One of the corners is broken off in here, but basically I don't have to pick up the queen at all. It makes me go much faster. So I can basically, if I'm going to mark queens, I go along, find the queen, press this down over her, it's a bit of smoke, get the rest of the bees away, clip her, and put a queen marking pen on her, and basically walk away for a couple of minutes, work on the next hive. Once that's dry, release her back in. I can keep her on this if I want to work through the hive. I can keep her in this on a frame, or I can put her back in on a frame with this on it for a couple hours or whatever. So it's super handy, super versatile, very cheap, very easy to use, and I don't have to pick out. And I'm stressing the queen out less because I'm not picking her up or anything as well. For queen marking, I use this green. Well, it's green for last year's queens because I mark last year's queens early in spring because it's easier to find them. They're quieter, the colonies are smaller, and they're not running around the frame like crazy. So I use this green queen marking pen for marking the queens. And I used to use proper scissors for clipping the wings, but I don't anymore. I use, if I can get it out here, it's kind of stuck, this guy, little Swiss Army knife. You probably all know the scissors that come out in the Swiss Army knife. Works just as good as any. Also has little bits and pieces on it I might want to use. I have a piece of string on it, so if it drops in the grass I can see it. Very, very handy because they drop in the grass and you do lose them. So that works out pretty good. Also in here I have another queen marking cage because you don't want the pheromones for one queen going on another queen, so I tend to rotate them out so the pheromones dissipated by the time I go to the third queen. Sometimes I use 3 queen cages to make sure, depends on how I'm working along, but like I said, they're invaluable. I have a little knife here, a little craft knife with a long blade in it, super handy for cutting out comb, cutting off burr comb, cutting out comb to put a queen cell in, just things like that, a million uses for it, cutting up cardboard, you name it, super handy. And along with that, I have next to it, I have some newspaper for when I'm out in the field and my smoker's gone out and I don't want to go back to the van to try and find some newspaper quickly. There I have my lighter there, I have my newspaper here, bang, off I go. Couple last things I have. This is a little entrance closer for the type of super I use. I use polystyrene supers, I'll talk about in another video. But basically this is a little entrance, it's handy for blocking up if I need to. And I also have in here some cocktail sticks, which are super handy for attaching queen cells or extra comb or something weird that you have to do, which you always end up having to do. So a little bunch of cocktail sticks here tied by a rubber band to have for when I need it. And last but not least, I have my drone uncapping tool, which is not just for uncapping drone, it's for uncapping honey or stores who want to eat certain stores, or for straightening out comb. It has a million uses, super handy tool. And that's all in my tool belt, and basically I pop it on when I go keeping, take it off when I finish beekeeping, nothing in my pockets, or very little, maybe a spare glove, that's about it, and off I go. I'll talk about my gloves in the video too as well. So look, hopefully you liked that video, hopefully it was used to you. If it was, please like it, please like our page, keep in touch so that way we can keep in touch with you, and I'll have more hopefully interesting videos for you in the future. Take care, bye.